Hello students, in this video, I will be discussing all the important geographical locations which were in news. Now, after watching this video, it is not required by you people to read any other content with respect to the geographical locations in news. Now, why I am confident about this is because since last 2 years, I have been making same video just before the prelims, and I have seen that one or two geographical locations which I have taught are directly asked in the prelims examination. My name is Rohan Salunkhe and I am an educator at UPSCprep.com. I want you people to listen all the important topics which I will be discussing over here. If possible, try making notes out of these particular topics as well. Okay, so let's begin with the video. Let's begin with 2024 prelims questions. So you can see here in 2024, there was a question with respect to geographical location of North Sea. The question was asked with respect to the countries bordering the North Sea. You will get such kind of questions, and we will also walk through the important geographical locations and the bordering regions around that location in this video. Now, moving to 2023 prelims, here again you will see two questions on geographical locations. First is with respect to the different ports. Again, few ports were in news, and that is the reason it was asked. Then Congo Basin. Congo Basin was again in news, and that is the reason the question was asked. Moving to 2022 prelims examination, you can see two questions. Which one of the following lakes of West Africa has become dry and turned into desert? So that lake itself was in news because it was turned into a desert. Then you can see here which of the above have borders with Afghanistan. So that was again the part of news. Why? Basically, Taliban overtook the power in Afghanistan. That was the news, right? So you can see here that every year, almost every year, there are one or two questions associated with geographical locations. Even more than that, there are few questions associated with some geographical facts which are already in NCERTs. Those are mountains, rivers, okay, few important hills, national park protected areas also, few of them which are in your NCERTs, right? So for that, I would advise you people to read NCERTs. For those locations, I would advise you people to read the NCERTs, the basic content. For the locations which are in news, here we can see that all those important locations we will be covering in this video. Okay, now how we will be proceeding with the coverage. This video, which is part 1, in this video, we will be discussing all the important geographical locations which were in news in 2024. That is Jan 2024 to December 2024. Now, there will be another video, that is part 2. It will come out in later part of April. Okay, I guess in last week of April. And in this video, we will be discussing all the important location in news, particularly with respect to 2025. So here in this video, that is part 2, we will be discussing the locations from Jan till April 2025. And that's all. Okay, that's all. Because in the last month, usually the paper is in the pipeline, right? So you need not worry about the important locations in the month of May. Fine. Now, let's start with this video. We'll be discussing first world locations which were in news in 2024, right? Let's start with Asian region. We will go region wise. Now, you can see here, you can see the context. You can pause and you can read the context. I won't be going into the details of the news or the context. All what we'll be doing is here, we'll see the important location and the geography around it. The location is Shiveluch volcano, which is in Russia. Okay, now where exactly it's situated? See, this is the part where Shiveluch volcano is situated. This particular region is called as Kamchatka Peninsula. Okay, this is called as Kamchatka Peninsula. Okay, now you just see the important water bodies around this Kamchatka Peninsula. Towards the left side, you will see Sea of Okhotsk. Okay, Sea of Okhotsk. Then towards the right hand side, you will see Bering Sea. There are two important gulfs also. See this particular region, Karaginsky Gulf and the Gulf of Shilekhoa. Okay, the Gulf of Shilekhoa. And that is all with respect to this location. Just remember that this Shiveluch volcano is in Russia. Now, moving on to the Eurasian region. All the important news items with respect to Eurasian region. I hope you people know what exactly is Eurasia. Eurasia is that connecting point. It's that bridge between Europe and Asia. Okay. And this is what exactly is Eurasia. Now let's see what all news items are there. Context, you can read. In context, Kazakhstan and Caspian Sea is in news. To be more specific, Caspian Sea is the center point of our context. Okay, so you can see this. This is the water body, Caspian Sea. Now, when you see any of the water body which is in news, what you need to do is you need to see that what are the countries which are surrounding that water body. So, if you are aware about the famous dialogue of Sunny Deol, तारीख पे तारीख, ठीक है, तारीख पे तारीख, तारीख पे तारीख, किनका डायलॉग है ये? सनी देओल जी का, ठीक है, सनी लियोन का नहीं, सनी देओल का डायलॉग है, ठीक है, सनी पाजी का, तारीख पे तारीख। तो इससे हम लोग क्या याद रखेंगे? TARIK, TARIK, that is Turkmenistan, T for Turkmenistan, A for Azerbaijan, R for Russia, okay, TAR, then Iran, I for Iran, and then K for Kazakhstan. Okay, this is how you can use different mnemonics to remember the important facts and figures. Got it? That's all with respect to this important location. Moving ahead, another important location, that is Crimea and the Kerch Strait and Black Sea. 3 locations you can see over here. You can read the context. Now, let's see what is the location of Crimea. See, this is Crimea. Crimea, basically erstwhile territory of Ukraine, but now it is Russian occupied territory. Russia and Ukraine war is going on, and then that is the reason this whole region is in news. Now, the Kerch Strait is also in news. So this particular place is known as Kerch, and you can see a small water body, a strait which is connecting two bigger or two larger water bodies. Basic concept clear hai, right? Strait kya hota hai? Strait is a narrow water body which is again connecting the two larger water bodies. So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो, there is a strait, Kerch Strait, which is connecting two larger water bodies, that is Sea of Azov and Black Sea. Okay, Sea of Azov and Black Sea, right? Remember this. And this Strait of Kerch is situated between the Crimea and the Russia. ठीक है, Crimea is again Russian occupied territory, तो वहां पे ही है, याद रख लेना. Okay, see the location. Now, moving ahead, we'll see the geographical location of Black Sea. Now, guys, when I was a small child, I had a dream that I will be moving to Turkey just for eating the burger. I have heard that Turkey में ना काफी famous burger मिलता है, ठीक है? तो रोहन सर को टर्की में जाके टर्किश बर्गर खाना है, इस तरह से याद रखना. ओके, कुछ ना कुछ निमोनिक बना के. तो टर्किश बर्गर. सो व्हाट डू वी मीन बाय टर्किश बर्गर? टर्की, ठीक है, टर्किश, द टर्की इटसेल्फ, बर्गर, बी से बल्गेरिया, ओके, यू से यूक्रेन, आर रशिया, जीई, ठीक है, जॉर्जिया, एंड देन आर अगेन रोमानिया. फाइन, इस तरह से याद रखना है ये इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स. नाउ इन प्रीलिम्स देयर माइट बी एन ऑप्शन मोल्डोवा ऑल्सो. मोल्डोवा जानबूझ के यूपीएससी आपको ट्रैप करने के लिए पूछेगा. इज इट शेयरिंग बॉर्डर विद ब्लैक सी? नो. फाइन, सो रिमेंबर दिस. एंड वी हैव ऑल्सो डिस्कस्ड this Sea of Azov, which is connecting Black Sea through a strait which is called as Strait of Kerch. Okay, here you can see a small sea, a small water body that is Sea of Marmara. Okay, let me write it over here. Sea of Marmara, right? And this Sea of Marmara is connected to Black Sea via another small strait. If you zoom in a bit, you can see this is a small strait over here, that is Strait of Bosphorus. ठीक है, फॉस्फोरस सबको पता होगा, फॉस्फोरस, एलिमेंट ऑफ फॉस्फोरस, ठीक है, तो रिमेंबर अकॉर्डिंगली, बॉस्फोरस, Sea of Marmara connecting to the Black Sea via Strait of Bosphorus. Okay, important city Istanbul is situated on this particular strait. Okay, remember, near this Sea of Marmara. Okay, now fine, moving to another geographical location. Now here in this particular image you can see important cities. You can see the name, the list of important cities. UPSC is also fond of asking such kind of cities. They will give you two columns. Here there will be important cities, here there will be, let's say, a nation or country, right? And they will be asking you to match the match the following kind of questions they will be asking, right? Now here, remember, in this diagram there are important cities mentioned. Now city of Viledar, okay, city of Viledar was in news. Now you also go through the other cities as well, which are highlighted in black. Okay, so you can pause, you can read this. Now let me tell you, there are two important regions also. See here, one is Luhansk region. Luhansk region. Okay, another is Donetsk region. Donetsk region and लुहांस्क रीजन, ठीक है, लुहांस्क रीजन, डोनेट्स्क रीजन, ये दोनों रीजन कहां पे है? यूक्रेन में, ठीक है। रिमेंबर, दीज टू रीजन्स आर प्रेजेंट इन यूक्रेन, ओके, रिमेंबर दिस। नाउ Russian region is in news. What is the name of that region? It's Kursk, Kursk, Kursk region, which is in news, which you can see on this diagram. Okay, so remember these two important regions. Okay, these are the part of Russia, right? You can read the news, you can pause and you can read the news. As I have already told, UPSC can ask you match the following kind of question, where in one column they can give you reason, and in the second column they can give you like countries, and they can ask you to match. Okay, now moving ahead to European region. Fine. Okay, now important water body Baltic Sea is in news. Baltic Sea. Now this is a trick which I have figured out. Delhi engineer first. Okay, so it's a kind of story, it's a kind of story. Remember this story, ठीक है। दिल्ली का एक इंजीनियर था जो एग्जाम में फर्स्ट आया, एक जर्मन लड़की का उसको प्रपोजल आता है, ठीक है, और दिल्ली का लड़का है भाई, ठीक है, हम पिघलेंगे थोड़ी, तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हम लोग रिजेक्ट कर देते हैं जर्मन लड़की का प्रपोजल, ठीक है, एंड दैट इज द रीजन दैट लड़की इज लाइक शॉक्ड। तो ये स्टोरी आपको याद रखना है। ओके, दिल्ली इंजीनियर फर्स्ट, जर्मन लड़की लव प्रपोजल रिजेक्ट, शॉक्ड, ठीक है, दिस इज हाउ यू शुड बी रिमेम्बरिंग। ओके, सो बाल्टिक सी, दिल्ली इंजीनियर फर्स्ट, डी फॉर डेनमार्क, ई फॉर एस्टोनिया, एफ फॉर फिनलैंड, ठीक है, जर्मनी, लड़की लव प्रपोजल, लड़की लव प्रपोजल, LLP, तो लिथुआनिया, लैटविया एंड देन पोलैंड, ठीक है, प्रपोजल रिजेक्ट किया, रशिया, ओके, एंड देन शॉक्ड, स्वीडन, ठीक है। So this is how you should make mnemonics, this is how you should make any kind of story, so that your facts are at least memorized. Okay, now in this Baltic Sea, if you zoom in a bit, you will get to see two important small water bodies. This one is Gulf of Bothnia. Okay, Gulf of Bothnia, which is being shared between Sweden and Finland. Then you can see Gulf of Finland. Gulf of Finland, again sharing its border with Finland, Russia, and Estonia. Okay, so that is all you should be remembering. Fine. Now, let's move to another news item. The next news item is associated with Spain and the port of Cartagena. Okay, Spain and the port of Cartagena. So these two geographical locations were in news. So port of Cartagena itself is present in Spain, right? This is the country of Spain. Now that story continues. वो जर्मन लड़की की जो स्टोरी थी ना, रिजेक्ट किया प्रपोजल, वो कंटिन्यू होती है, राइट? द गर्ल्स नेम वाज एंडोरा. तो भाई दिल्ली के सक लौंडे, ठीक है, हम लोगों ने प्रपोजल रिजेक्ट किया. एंडोरा, दैट गर्ल, दैट जर्मन गर्ल गोज मैड. एंड ठीक है, उसके बाद में फिर वो लड़की क्या बोलती है, अरे दैट वाज अ फनी प्रैंक. मतलब जो प्रपोज किया, इट वाज अ फनी प्रैंक. ठीक है, आजकल ऐसे ही होता है ना, आप प्रपोज कर देते हो, फिर लड़की नहीं बोली तो क्या होता है, प्रैंक था. ठीक है, लड़का लड़की नहीं बोली तो प्रैंक था. तो दैट्स द काइंड ऑफ थिंग. सो हियर द स्टोरी कंटिन्यूज. ओके, स्टोरी continues. Andorra, the German girl, goes mad and she tells that it's a funny prank. That's all. तो ऐसे याद रखेंगे, Andorra goes mad, funny prank. Now, here there is a small country, Andorra. इतना जल्दी मैप में दिख के नहीं आता, but remember there is a small country, Andorra, which is sharing the border with Spain. Okay, Andorra goes mad. Now, what is G? G is nothing but, see this, G is here situated, it's Gibraltar. It's the overseas territory of UK. ठीक है, जिब्राल्टर है वो ओवरसीज टेरिटरी ऑफ यूके है. ठीक है, गोज मैड. देन एम फॉर मोरक्को, एफ एंड पी फनी एंड प्रैंक, राइट? एफ फॉर फ्रांस एंड पी से पोर्तुगल, प्रैंक से पोर्तुगल. ओके, दिस इज ऑल यू शुड बी रिमेंबरिंग. नाउ important water bodies which are sharing their border with Spain. To the north, you can see Bay of Biscay. Now, this Bay of Biscay is the part of North Atlantic Ocean. Okay. Now, you can see towards the right hand side, there is Mediterranean Sea. Now, let me tell you guys, you might be having a question कि सर ये स्पेन जो है, ये यहाँ पे वाटर बॉडी है, तो ये मोरक्को के साथ कैसे कनेक्ट कर रहा है? हाउ इट्स शेयरिंग द बॉर्डर? तो सी, देयर इज अ स्मॉल ओवरसीज टेरिटरी ऑफ स्पेन हियर, दैट इज क्यूटा. ये जो है, ये टेरिटरी है स्पेन की, ओवरसीज टेरिटरी है स्पेन की, एंड इट इज कनेक्टेड डायरेक्टली विथ मोरक्को, एंड दैट इज द रीजन मोरक्को इज शेयरिंग बॉर्डर विथ स्पेन. Now you will get to see a small water body in between. So let me show it with the help of different color. You can see this water body over here. This water body is nothing but Strait of Gibraltar. ये क्या कर रहा है? This Strait of Gibraltar is connecting Mediterranean Sea with the Northern Atlantic Ocean. It's connecting Northern Atlantic Ocean with Mediterranean Sea. So that is all with respect to this geographical location. Okay. Now, let's move to another geographical location. Here you can see Belgium. Belgium was in news, and again Netherlands was in news. So I thought of discussing both the geographical locations immediately at particular same place. Okay. Now, Belgium and Netherlands. First of all, remember that Belgium and Netherlands are neighbors to each other, right? So when we talk about bordering countries of Belgium, so Belgium is sharing its border with, first obviously Netherlands, which you can see here, second with Germany, and third with France, right? Similarly, Netherlands is sharing its border with Belgium and Germany. Belgium and Germany. Okay. Now, you can see a water body that is North Sea. So both the countries, Belgium and Netherlands, both the countries are sharing their border with North Sea. Okay, both of them are having a coast with North Sea. Fine. Next news item, you can see it's Denmark. Now, with respect to Denmark, nothing major to remember. Just remember that Denmark is sharing its land border with only a single country, that is Germany. Okay. Only with Germany. And it's sharing its western border with North Sea. Okay. Now, there is a question to you people. Tell me, what is the name of this strait? Tell me what is the name of this strait in the comment section. Okay. Also remember that Denmark is sharing its maritime border with Norway to the north and Sweden. Okay. So when we talk about maritime border means पानी के थ्रू वो बॉर्डर शेयर कर रहा है, ठीक है, लैंड बॉर्डर नहीं डायरेक्ट शेयर हो रहा है. Got it? Now, Albania. Albania was in news, particularly with respect to its strengthening relations with our country. Okay, Albania. Now, Albania को याद रखने के लिए, Albania के जो बॉर्डरिंग कंट्रीज है उनको याद रखने के लिए मैंने एक यहाँ पे ट्रिक निकाला था, monkey Maggie. You can imagine a monkey sitting somewhere and eating a Maggie. ठीक है, मन, that is again Montenegro, MON, K, Kosovo, ठीक है, Kosovo, MA again Macedonia, तो North Macedonia, and then G, Maggie, ठीक है, it's Greece. Fine. So all these four countries are sharing its border with Albania. Remember this. Okay. Now, towards the western side, you can see Italy is there. Italy is not sharing the border. Remember, Italy itself is a kind of peninsular country. It's not sharing its border. But between Italy and Albania, there is a water body called as Adriatic Sea. Okay, remember this. Fine. And towards the southwestern region, you can see Ionian Sea is also sharing the border. Okay, so remember these facts. Now, Reykjanes Peninsula. It is in Iceland. It was in news for volcanic eruption. So what is important here for us is to look at the location of Reykjavik or Reykjanes. Again, both are the same only. Reykjavik, Reykjanes, both are the same. Right? कहाँ पे situated है? Southern Peninsula में. यहाँ पे you can see Southern Peninsula of Iceland. So this is the part. Okay. Towards the south, you can see North Atlantic Ocean. Fine. Iceland के ऊपर आप देख सकते हो Greenland Sea. That's all. That's all you should remember. Now, we will move to the Middle East region. We will see important geographical locations from Middle East. First, Israel. Fine. Now, particularly here, Israel, Lebanon, these countries are in news for some or the other reason. Every year these countries are in news. So it becomes important for you people to read the geography, or let's say to have an idea, to generally know about the map of that particular area. Right? Here you can see there is a news associated with Golan Heights, and with respect to Golan Heights, UPSC has asked question earlier. So there's a PYQ on Golan Heights also. Okay. Golan Heights, where it's situated, you can see towards the northeastern region of Israel, towards the northeastern side. It's basically Israeli controlled territory, right? So you can see on the map, Golan Heights is sharing its border with Lebanon, Syria, and Jordan. Remember, Golan Heights is under the Israeli control. Okay. This particular water body you can see here is Sea of Galilee, and this is Jordan River, which is moving in to the Sea of Galilee. Okay, fine. Now, another news item again associated with Israel, Lebanon, and the blue line. So what is this? See, the center of focus here is blue line. Blue line was in news. What is this blue line? This blue line is a UN demarcated line here, and that line is situated between Lebanon and Israel. Fine, Israel and Lebanon के बीच में है ये, right? You can pause and you can read the context. Fine. All important for us is the geography of Lebanon here. So remember, in this map, you can see Lebanon is sharing its border, its land border with Syria. Okay, Syria towards the east, and towards the south, obviously, Israel. Here you can see the blue line. Okay, Golan Heights we have discussed earlier. Fine. Now, remember that Lebanon is not sharing its border with Jordan. Remember this. Okay, Lebanon is not sharing its border with Jordan. Again, let me ask you a question. What is this water body? What is the name of this water body which is situated towards the western side of Lebanon? Tell me in the comment section. Okay. Write in the comment section. What is this water body? Okay. Fine. Moving to another news item. Now here, Jordan was in news for some of the other reason. जॉर्डन के जो नेबरिंग कंट्रीज है कौन से है? इराक, सऊदी अरेबिया, ओके, इजराइल एंड देन सीरिया. अभी ये जो इलाका है सीरिया वाला, इराक वाला, ठीक है, थोड़ा जॉर्डन वाला, सऊदी वाला, यहाँ पे किसका जोर चलता है? आईएसएस का. ठीक है, आईसिस का जोर चलता है ना सीरिया में, राइट? तो बस ऐसे याद रखो, आईसिस का जोर, आईसिस से आई से इराक, एस सऊदी अरेबिया, आई से अगेन इजराइल, एस से अगेन सीरिया का जोर मींस जॉर्डन, राइट? ऐसे याद रख लेना आपको. फाइन. नाउ वी हैव डिस्कस्ड अर्लियर that Lebanon is not sharing its border with Jordan. Remember, in MCQ, if at all if MCQ is asked with respect to Jordan, you should be remembering that Lebanon, if given in MCQ, it's not sharing its border. Then Egypt, if given in the MCQ, Egypt is also not sharing the border with Jordan. Remember this. Okay. There is a gulf over here. There is very small coastal area of Jordan here. You can see that gulf. That gulf is Gulf of Aqaba. Gulf of Aqaba. Okay. Remember this. This is a city Al Aqaba situated on this coast. Jordan की coast पे situated है. इसको Gulf of Aqaba भी बोलते हैं. Right. And it is also named as Gulf of Eilat क्योंकि ईलाट बोल के एक सिटी है वहां पे सिचुएटेड है, तो वो गल्फ ऑफ ईलाट भी इसको कहते हैं. ठीक है, राइट? गल्फ ऑफ ईलाट, गल्फ ऑफ अकाबा, बोथ आर सेम. द रीजन, द एरिया, द ज्योग्राफी, बोथ आर सेम, राइट? फाइन. नाउ one question to you people again. Tell me in the comment section. Tell me in the comment section, what is the name of this water body? What is the name of this water body which is sharing its border with border between Jordan and Israel? This water body is being shared between Israel and Jordan. तो ये कौन सी है water body? इसका नाम जो है comment section में दे देना. ठीक है? Fine. I hope you people have got the answer to the previous question which I had discussed earlier. So the sea is Mediterranean Sea. Okay. Now moving ahead. Syrian civil war. Syria is in news. It is again in news because of some militancy. So you can read it. Fine. Now, geography of Syria. Towards the north, you can see Turkey. Towards the eastern side, you can see Iraq. साउथ में जॉर्डन है. ओके, यहां पे लेफ्ट साइड में क्या क्या है? लेबनन है. टू द साउथ वेस्टर्न साइड यू कैन सी इसराइल. फाइन. तो यहां पे 5 कंट्रीज आर नेबर्स. 5 countries are neighbors to Syria, and Syria is also sharing its border, or let's say its coastal region, with Mediterranean Sea. Okay, remember this. Fine. नाउ स्ट्रेट बाब एल मंदब स्ट्रेट जो है वो न्यूज में था, ठीक है, यू कैन सी द कंटेक्स्ट व्हाई इट्स न्यूज. बाब एल मंदब स्ट्रेट, this particular strait is called as Bab el Mandab Strait. Now it's connecting two important water bodies, Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. Actually, let me ask you people, guys, why it's called as Red Sea? Red Sea को Red Sea क्यों बोला जाता है? Anyone are you aware about? मतलब क्या लगता है आपको Red Sea को Red Sea क्यों बोलते रहेंगे? Think on it. Red. Okay. So if you people are thinking that its color is red, so yes, it is partly correct. What happens is because of some algal bloom. ठीक है, वो जो वाटर है रेड सी का वो ऐसे पिंकिश रेडिश हो जाता है, ठीक है, रेडिश ब्राउन लिटिल पिंक ऐसे काइंड ऑफ हो जाता है, एंड दैट इज द रीजन इट्स कॉल्ड एज रेड सी. ओके, रिमेंबर दिस. फाइन. देन गल्फ ऑफ एडन. सो जिबूती, यू कैन सी जिबूती एंड येमन, इन दोनों के बीच में एक स्ट्रेट है. इट्स अ स्मॉल वाटर बॉडी विच इज कनेक्टिंग टू इंपॉर्टेंट वाटर बॉडीज, टू लार्जर वाटर बॉडीज, दैट इज रेड सी एंड गल्फ ऑफ एडन. इन दोनों को कनेक्ट कर रहा है बीच में. That is called as Bab el Mandeb Strait. This Bab el Mandeb Strait is also situated between two land masses, two important countries. कौन से है वो? Yemen and Djibouti. Okay, Yemen and Djibouti. Fine. On that note, again, refer to this fact that Ethiopia is not sharing any coastal border. Ethiopia is a landlocked country. It's not having any coastal border over there. Okay. Now, with this, we will see African region. Now, Nigeria. Nigeria was in news. So I am feeling fortunate enough to tell you people the news that Prime Minister of India has been conferred with a particular award by Nigeria. Right? अभी नाइजीरिया को याद रखने के लिए हम लोग के जनरेशन का सबसे कॉमन जो टर्म है वो आपको याद रखना है, BCNC. ठीक है, तो जिसको समझ में आया वो समझ में आया, जिसको नहीं आया अगेन यू आर हैविंग योर हार्ट गाइज. ठीक है, तो जैसे भी हो याद रखो. ठीक है, नाइजीरिया. नाइजीरिया की बॉर्डरिंग कंट्रीज कौन से है, कैसे याद रखेंगे? तो न्यूमोनिक आई हैव गिवन BCNC, राइट. बेनिन, कैमरून, नाइजर एंड देन चैड. ठीक है, बेनिन, कैमरून, नाइजर एंड चैड. नाउ Nigeria is sharing its coastal area with some water body, Atlantic Ocean. Okay, Atlantic Ocean. Fine. That's all. Moving to another news item, that is with respect to Cameroon, country of Cameroon. Country of Cameroon को याद रखने के लिए 321 CGN, ये याद रखो, 321 CGN. Now 3C, 2G and 1N. 3C, 2G and 1N. So what do we mean by 3C over here? 3C means Chad, Central African Republic, and then Congo, Republic of Congo. That is 3C. Fine. CCC. 3 C's. 2G. That is Guinea. Okay. Equatorial Guinea, Gabon. GG. Fine. And 1N. Nigeria. Now remember that 1N is of Nigeria. Nigeria. ठीक है, it's not Niger. Niger नहीं है. Okay, remember this fact. Not Niger. It's not Niger. It's Nigeria. Fine. And the water body of Atlantic Ocean. That's all. Fine. Now, Botswana. Geography of Botswana. Remember that Botswana is a landlocked country. Landlocked. What do we mean by landlocked? Landlocked मतलब वो कंट्री जो है किसी भी बड़े वाटर बॉडी से बॉर्डर शेयर नहीं करता. Okay, it's not sharing its border with any of the water body or any of the ocean, right? Free flowing water body. ठीक है. Now, Botswana, you can see what all countries are sharing border with Botswana. Namibia, South Africa. Towards the right side, you can see Zimbabwe. Towards the north, Zambia is also sharing border with Botswana, but it's very small one. Okay, if you zoom in a bit, you will get to see that very small region is being shared between Zambia and Botswana. Fine, and then Angola. Okay, so all these are sharing the border with Botswana. Fine. Then, so again, there's no as such major water body inside, or let's say sharing any border with Botswana or sort of that. But remember a fact that Tropic of Capricorn passes through Botswana. So it is also passing through its neighbor, right? That is Namibia and South Africa. This Tropic of Capricorn passes through Namibia, Botswana, and South Africa. Okay, that's all. Now, moving ahead, Darfur region. It's in news for prolonged period, and then where exactly is situated? It's situated towards the western side of Sudan. So this is Darfur region. Darfur region, it's sharing its border with Libya, Chad, Central African Republic, and South Sudan. Remember this. Okay. Looking at the geography of Sudan, Sudan is sharing its border with all those countries as we discussed right now: Libya, Chad, Central African Republic, South Sudan. Then plus the 3 E's. What are the 3 E's? That is Egypt, Eritrea, and Ethiopia. Okay. The 3 E's. Fine. Now, this Red Sea, which we discussed a few minutes back, Sudan is sharing its border with Red Sea also. Remember this. Okay. Now, same, Sudan was in news. We discussed just before this, right? Sudan. So this is again a mnemonic. This is again a trick to remember the geographical neighboring countries of Sudan. कौन से है? 3E plus 2C and SL. 2C and SL. 3E कौन से है? Egypt, Eritrea, Ethiopia. 2C, that is again Chad and Central African Republic, and SL, South Sudan and Libya. Sudan is not a landlocked country. It's sharing its border with Red Sea. Okay, it's sharing its border with Red Sea. Fine. This was the Darfur region. ये वाला. Okay. Darfur region. Now, Uganda. Uganda is also in news, and the capital city, Kampala. You can pause, you can take a snap, right? What exactly is the news, right? Let's discuss the geography of Uganda. Uganda is sharing its border with South Sudan, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, and then DRC, right? Now, it is up to you. You can develop any kind of mnemonic associated with this particular countries, right? Remember, Uganda is sharing border with these countries, right? Now, there is a huge water body here. That is Lake Victoria. The fact of Lake Victoria is that it is sharing its border with 3 important nations, 3 important countries: Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania, as you can see in this diagram. Okay. Now, see this water body which I have highlighted. This water body which I have highlighted, it's being shared between Ethiopia and Kenya. This water body is known as Lake Turkana. Lake Turkana. This one. Okay. Now, Lake Turkana is Africa's 4th largest lake, and there a particular survey was conducted, and that was the reason it was in news. So remember the location of Lake Turkana. Lake Turkana कहाँ पे है? केनिया and Ethiopia के पास में, ठीक है? केनिया के northern part में, which is again sharing its border with Ethiopia. Maximum of which is in Kenya. ऐसे याद रख लेना. Okay. Now here This particular small water body, if you see here in this particular region, this is also in news. Now, what exactly it is? It is लेक मैट्रॉन. इसका नाम क्या है? लेक मैट्रॉन. Fine. It was also in news with respect to climate change and its impact. Right. तो लेक नेट्रॉन, लेक विक्टोरिया, लेक तुर्काना, ये आप इस इमेज में देख सकते हो. It becomes important for you people to remember these lakes. Okay. Now, moving to another news item that is again with respect to Rwanda. रवांडा को कैसे याद रखेंगे? इसके नेबरिंग कंट्रीज कैसे याद रखेंगे? तो जब आप रात को सो के आराम से सुबह उठते हो, आप जब बाथरूम में जाते हो तो आपको देखने मिलता है एक ड्राई टब रखा हुआ है. ठीक है, बाथरूम में टब जो है वो ड्राई है. राइट, एंड दिस इज हाउ यू कैन रिमेंबर ड्राई टब. ड्राई टब से क्या है याद आता है? DR, डेमोक्रेटिक रिपब्लिक ऑफ कॉन्गो. TUB, तंजानिया. ओके, हियर इट्स शेयरिंग बॉर्डर. युगांडा, हियर इट्स शेयरिंग बॉर्डर. बुरुंडी, यहाँ पे बॉर्डर शेयर हो रहा है. ड्राई टब. ओके, रवांडा. रवांडा का कैपिटल किगाली. किगाली इज ऑल्सो इंपॉर्टेंट नेम व्हेन यू रीड एनवायरमेंट. किगाली अग्रीमेंट आपने पढ़ा होगा. ओके, फाइन. दिस लेक which we discussed just a few seconds back, you people know what exactly it is. Okay, now let me ask you a question. What is the name of this lake? What is the name of this lake? Yes, students, comment in the chat section. What is the name of this lake? Comment in the chat section. Okay, fine. Moving to another news item. Now, this news item is associated with the country of DRC, that is Democratic Republic of Congo. Democratic Republic of Congo. Now, DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, is sharing its border with those countries which you can see here: Sudan, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, Zambia, Angola, Congo Republic, and then CAR, that is Central African Republic. Okay. Now, remember, Democratic Republic of Congo, it's not a landlocked country. It's sharing very small border here with Atlantic Ocean. Very small border. Okay. So we can't say it as a landlocked country. Okay. Then, moving ahead, Lesotho. Lesotho is a very small country in Africa. You can see here, this is Lesotho, and that's all. This is the country itself, right? It is very small. Now it's sharing it's sharing its border with South Africa. It's sharing its border with South Africa. So you can see that South Africa, the landmass of South Africa, it's encircling it. ठीक है, बस इतना ही है, उसमें ज्यादा कुछ याद रखने लायक है नहीं. पूरा साउथ अफ्रीका के अंदर है ये कंट्री, लेसोथो. फाइन. ओके, मूविंग टू द साउथ ईस्ट एशियन region, Indonesia and Mount Ruang. Mount Ruang, which is in Indonesia, right? तो इंडोनेशिया भी इंडोनेशिया में यहाँ पे है माउंट रुआंग in this particular part. Okay, now what becomes important for us is the geography of Indonesia. You can see Indonesia is sharing its border with Malaysia. Fine. Then here Papua New Guinea. Okay. Then it's sharing its maritime border with Australia, Philippines. Okay. And now here, when you look at Indonesia, you will get to see multiple water bodies. Okay, you will get to see multiple water bodies. You can see here, first of all, Strait of Malacca. Strait of Malacca, it's situated in between Malaysia and Sumatra part of Indonesia. Then when you move ahead, Strait of Karimata, it's situated between Sumatra Island and the Kalimantan Island, right? Then Strait of Makassar, it's situated between Kalimantan and the Sulawesi. Got it? Then you can see Molucca Sea towards the right hand side of Sulawesi Island. Towards the north, you can see Celebes Sea. Okay. Then towards the south, you will get to see here Timor Sea and Arafura Sea. Timor Sea and Arafura Sea. So these are few important water bodies which you should be preparing with respect to Indonesia. Okay. Now, Brunei. Brunei. Now, if you look at the geography of Brunei, Brunei is sharing its border with Indonesia and its maritime border with Malaysia and Philippines. That's all. Okay. Nothing more to remember. Just remember that just above Brunei, there is a water body called as South China Sea. South China Sea. Okay. Now, Indo-Pacific region. In Indo-Pacific region, we'll first see Vietnam. Now, this news item is associated with Vietnam. Vietnam is having its dispute with China over few territories in the South China Sea. Okay. Now, again, here Gulf of Tonkin is in news. Gulf of Tonkin. Now, see the geography of Vietnam. Vietnam is here. Gulf of Tonkin is here. Gulf of Tonkin is situated in between the area of Vietnam and China. यहाँ पे China and Vietnam के साथ border share कर रहा है. ठीक है, Gulf of Tonkin. Now, let us look at the bordering countries of Vietnam. Vietnam किसके साथ border share कर रहा है? First, China itself. Second, Laos. Then, Cambodia. Okay, Laos, Cambodia and चाइना के साथ वो बॉर्डर शेयर कर रहा है. एंड गल्फ ऑफ टोंकिन. गल्फ ऑफ टोंकिन इज अगेन अ पार्ट ऑफ साउथ चाइना सी itself. Right. Now remember, Laos is a landlocked country. Laos is not sharing its border with South China Sea. Also in option, if Thailand is given, so remember, Thailand is not sharing its border with Vietnam. Thailand is not sharing its border with Vietnam. Okay. Remember these facts. Now, in this news item, you can see a remote island is mentioned. Remote island, which is 1200 miles away from Tokyo. What is the name of that island? That island is Minami Torishima Island. So, Minami Torishima Island, if at all, if it's asked in prelims, remember, it's situated in Pacific Ocean, which is again 1200 miles from Tokyo, which is away from Tokyo. Okay, remember this. That's all. Kakadu National Park and Jabiluka Uranium Site. Kakadu National Park, Jabiluka Uranium Site. These two important geographical locations are situated in Australia. You can see the map of Australia over here. You can see the northern part of Australia. And this is where the Kakadu National Park is. Okay, and the Jabiluka uranium site. Fine. Remember these facts. That's all. Saint Martin's Island. Saint Martin's Island, which is again a territory of Bangladesh, and it's the only coral island. Remember, it's the only coral island of Bangladesh. Where it's situated? It's situated just towards the south of Bangladesh here. Okay, remember this. Then South China Sea. South China Sea, it's every year in news because of the notorious activities of China, right? तो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो, you can see South China Sea. This is the territory of South China Sea. You can see the important neighboring countries of South China Sea. China itself, as the name goes, South China. तो South के China के South में है ये. Then Vietnam, we discussed earlier. Then Philippines towards the right. Brunei and Malaysia also. Okay, Brunei and Malaysia also. Fine. So these are the important countries which are sharing their border with South China Sea. Okay. Now, you will get to see important islands within that particular South China Sea. So this is Parcel Island. Okay. Then Spratly Island, Parcels Island, ये दो आइलैंड रेंजेस जो है ये आपको याद रख लेने हैं. दे आर सिचुएटेड इन साउथ चाइना सी. फाइन. माउंट कैनलॉन. माउंट कैनलॉन. माउंट कैनलॉन कहां पे है सिचुएटेड? माउंट कैनलॉन फिलीपींस में है. सेंट्रल फिलीपींस. इट्स सिचुएटेड इन सेंट्रल फिलीपींस. ओके. Towards the western side of Philippines, you can see South China Sea. Towards the eastern side, you can see Philippines Sea. Towards the south, you will see two important water bodies, Sulu Sea and the Celeb Sea. So, जब Philippines की बात आती है, again you should be remembering a few water bodies besides the Philippines. कौन से आपको याद रख लेने हैं. Okay. Now, Philippines में हम लोगों ने देखा कि माउंट कैनलोआन है, राइट, विच वॉज इरप्टेड. बेसिकली वॉल्केनिक माउंटेन है. उसी के साथ में कुछ अलग माउंटेन्स भी है, उनके भी नाम याद रख लेना. मेयोन, रेगैंग, ताल एंड पिनाटुबो. These 5 mountains which you see on the screen right now, try to remember the names of these. Okay. Now, American region. In American region, we'll see Atacama Desert. Atacama Desert, the most famous desert of South America. Now you can pause, you can see the context, what exactly it was in news, right? Remember, Atacama Desert is being, let's say, shared between 4 countries. It's spread across 4 countries: Peru, Bolivia, Argentina and Chile. ठीक है. लेफ्ट साइड में क्या है? द ग्रेट पैसिफिक ओशियन. फाइन. That's all with respect to these important locations. Then moving to the location of Venezuela. Venezuela यहाँ पे न्यूज में है. Venezuela is sharing its border with Colombia, Brazil and Guyana. Colombia, Brazil and Guyana. Right. Towards the north of Venezuela, you can see Caribbean Sea is there. Caribbean Sea. Right. Caribbean Sea again, which is a part of North Atlantic Ocean itself. Right. तो ये कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें ये आपको याद रख लेनी है. These are facts and figures which you should be remembering with respect to Venezuela. Okay. Now, we will refer to the important locations, particularly the Indian locations which were in news in 2024. Let's see this. First, the archaeological sites. We'll go through the archaeological sites which were in news. The first is पांडवलु गुट्टा. पांडवलु गुट्टा. पांडवलु गुट्टा कहां पे सिचुएटेड है? ये तेलंगाना में, जयशंकर भूपालपल्ली डिस्ट्रिक्ट. Okay, it was in news because, like, again, it has been designated as exclusive geoheritage site. Okay, you can see the paintings, you can see the rock structure over there. Moving to another geographical location in news, particularly with respect to India, it's मोदाम्स. मोदाम्स, ठीक है. अहोम इरा, अहोम डायनेस्टी का ये जो एक टर्म है मोदाम्स, which is famous in Assam, particularly in Charaidev district of Assam. ठीक है. It has been recommended for inclusion in UNESCO World Heritage List. That's all. अहोम डायनेस्टी से रिलेटेड है मोदाम्स. फाइन. बरियल साइट्स होते थे उनके बेसिकली ये. ओके. देन बरियल साइट, मेगालिथिक बरियल साइट, अगेन कहां पे है ये मेगालिथिक बरियल साइट्स? दोडालथुर. दोडालथुर इन कर्नाटका. दोडालथुर इन कर्नाटका, particularly in चामराजनगर. ठीक है. This is how these burial sites look like. Fine. Another megalithic site, it's in Kanirapoil. Kanirapoil कहां है? केरला में. ठीक है. Kanirapoil, K for Kerala, K for Kanirapoil, ऐसे याद रखो. Okay, these are archaeological sites. काफी factuals है, I can understand, but you need to remember these facts. If at all questions are asked with respect to the geographical locations, you should be remembering. Now, in my current affair lectures, I usually discuss these important locations in much more detail. We also discuss about the static background behind this. कि megalithic sites क्या होते हैं. In my ancient lecture also, I keep on discussing these things, right? But now, since it's in news, so at least you should be remembering the locations. कहां पे है ये, क्या situated है location. ठीक है. Fine. We'll refer to the protected areas which were in news. In protected areas, see, there have been recent addition of 3 new wetlands. इन द लिस्ट ऑफ रामसर साइट। ठीक है, सो रामसर लिस्ट में जब भी कोई इंपॉर्टेंट वेटलैंड ऐड होता है, कोई न्यूज होती है उसके रिलेटेड, यू शुड बी रिमेम्बरिंग देम। व्हाट ऑल आर द थ्री न्यू वेटलैंड्स? नंजरयन बर्ड सैंक्चुरी, काजुवेली बर्ड सैंक्चुरी, and then Tawa Reservoir in Madhya Pradesh. So you can see in this map itself, Tawa Reservoir is in Madhya Pradesh, काजू वैली एंड नंजरनैन, ठीक है, ये कहाँ पे है? तमिलनाडु में। तवा रिजर्वायर इन मध्य प्रदेश। नाउ आफ्टर एडिशन of these particular sites, now the total number is at 85। 85 रामसर साइट्स है अपने पास। रिमेंबर दिस फैक्ट। ओके, fine, moving to another protected area, that is एतूर नगरम वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी विच इज सिचुएटेड इन तेलंगाना, मुलुगु। ठीक है, मुलुगु तेलंगाना में सिचुएटेड है एतूर नगरम। फाइन, वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी, you can see this Etur Nagaram wildlife sanctuary over here. Now in this map you are able to see multiple wildlife reserves, multiple protected areas. Let me make clear, you need to remember a few of these जो कि बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। ठीक है, लेट्स स्टार्ट फ्रॉम नॉर्थ। दाचीगम JNK में है, याद रखो, राजा जी कॉर्बेट याद रह जाते हैं, इट्स इन उत्तराखंड, राइट। सरिस्का टाइगर रिजर्व इंपॉर्टेंट, केवला देवघाना अगेन इंपॉर्टेंट, इट्स इन राजस्थान। फाइन, काजीरंगा मानस आसाम में है, याद रख लेना। सिमलीपाल इन ओडिशा, कान्हा इन मध्य प्रदेश, राइट। ताडोबा इन महाराष्ट्र, एतूर नगरन हम लोगों ने देखा तेलंगाना में है, राइट। देन मूविंग टू द साउथ, बांदीपुर इन कर्नाटका, मुदुमलाई पेरियार, ठीक है, मुदुमलाई पेरियार इन केरला। तो ये कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स है, ये याद रख लेना, ये इंपॉर्टेंट है। जस्ट रिमेंबर द लोकेशन एंड द नेम ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर वाइल्ड लाइफ रिजर्व। ओके, दीज आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, दैट इज द रीजन आई एम टेलिंग यू। नाउ अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट प्रोटेक्टेड एरिया इज पेरियार टाइगर रिजर्व। पेरियार टाइगर रिजर्व कहां पे है? केरला में, पेरियार, ठीक है, केरला में है। नाउ with this you also get to see two important valleys, Pampa Valley and Angel Valley. These are also situated in Kerala. Pampa Valley and Angel Valley which are situated in Kerala. Again Periyar Tiger Reserve है केरला में, याद रख लेना। Okay, now when you zoom in a bit you will also get to see important other protected areas also. Aralam है, याद रख लो। Wayanad, Aralam, Wayanad, these are the part of again Kerala, Silent Valley केरला में है। परम्बिकुलम, इराविकुलम, फाइन, दीज आर इन केरला। शोलाज, जहां जहां भी शोला मेंशन होता है ना, तो दे आर द पार्ट ऑफ केरला वाले प्रोटेक्टेड एरियाज। शोलाज आर नथिंग बट द ग्रासलैंड्स, पर्टिकुलरली इन द वेस्टर्न घाट्स, ठीक है। शेंदूर नेयर, सो ऑल दीज आर प्रोटेक्टेड एरियाज पर्टिकुलरली इन केरला, रिमेंबर दीज। ओके, नाउ सोनाई रूपाई वाइल्ड लाइफ सैंक्चुरी इन आसाम। सोनाई रूपाई वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी इन आसाम, इट वाज इन न्यूज। सोनाई रूपाई, ठीक है, कहां पे है ये सोनाई रूपाई? यू कैन सी हियर दिस वन, दिस इज द नेम, सोनाई रूपाई वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी ऑफ आसाम। इट इज द पार्ट ऑफ सोनितपुर कामेंग एलिफेंट रिजर्व अलॉन्ग विथ नामेरी नेशनल पार्क। नामेरी नेशनल पार्क, फाइन। नाउ सिंस वी आर डिस्कसिंग सोनाई रूपाई, तो एक ज्योग्राफिकल लोकेशन तो न्यूज में है इसलिए हम लोग डिस्कस कर रहे हैं। कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट अदर ज्योग्राफिकल लोकेशंस है जो आसाम में है, वो भी देख लेते हैं। ओके, एक तो मानस है, हम लोगों ने देखा। चक्रशिला, रिमेंबर दिस, फाइन। देन ओरांग, काजीरंगा, फाइन, ओके। देन लाइकोवा, रिमेंबर दिस। पोबितरा इज ऑल्सो एन इंपॉर्टेंट वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी, ठीक है। ये जो है ना, ये याद रख लेना गाइस। ओके, दैट्स ऑल। नाउ ईगल नेस्ट वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी which is in Arunachal, it was in news. Why? Because the species of red panda was being captured. Now इसका जो static background होता है, red panda, the associated habitat, IUCN status, ये सारी चीजें अपन करंट अफेयर्स में आप मेरे लेक्चर्स में करते रहते हैं, ठीक है। बट हियर सिंस वी आर हैविंग टाइम कंस्ट्रेंट एंड वी आर ऑल्सो सोनली फोकस ऑन द ज्योग्राफिकल लोकेशंस, तो यहाँ पे हम लोग के लिए इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है कि ईगल नेस्ट वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी क्या है ये देख लेंगे, ठीक है। ईगल नेस्ट वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी, इट्स इन Arunachal Pradesh. Remember the geographical location. Along with that, remember the other also, Mauling and Namdafa. So remember Namdafa, Mauling, and Eagle Nest. These are in Arunachal. Okay. Now moving to another geographical location, it's Phongpui National Park. It's in Mizoram. Phongpui National Park. कहाँ पे है? मिजोरम में, particularly in this particular region. You can see. ठीक है, that's all with respect to this national park. Okay, now Kaudinya Wildlife Sanctuary. Kaudinya Wildlife Sanctuary situated in Andhra Pradesh, सदर्न आंध्र प्रदेश, ठीक है, तमिलनाडु के थोड़ा ऊपर जो ये पार्ट है यहाँ पे देख सकते हो आप, यहाँ पे सिचुएटेड है कौडिन्या वाइल्ड लाइफ सैंक्चुरी। ओके, देन गिर फॉरेस्ट, बारडा वाइल्ड लाइफ सैंक्चुरी। गिर फॉरेस्ट, every one of you might be knowing, Gir is in Gujarat, right? Barda Wildlife Sanctuary कहाँ पे है? See this. This is Barda Wildlife Sanctuary in this particular region. Now, since we are discussing the Barda Wildlife Sanctuary with respect to Gujarat, let's discuss another important protected areas in Gujarat also. The Kutch Desert Wildlife Sanctuary, as the name goes, Kutch itself clear है. Narayan Sarovar, you can be able to understand. वाइल्ड एस सेंचुरी यहाँ पे है, ठीक है। देन शूलपनेश्वर, ठीक है, शूलपनेश्वर टुवर्ड्स द साउथ ईस्टर्न साइड ऑफ गुजरात, फाइन। गिर नेशनल पार्क एंड वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी, पनिया वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी. So these are the important one you should remember. Okay. Then we'll discuss water bodies which were in news. Context. You can read the context here. What is the important water body? It's Vaigai River. Vaigai River. Vaigai River. You can see here Vaigai River is entirely in Tamil Nadu. This is Vaigai River. Now it's having its mouth in the Park Bay. Right. Now there are few important things associated with Vaigai River. Vaigai River's mention is in Sangam literature. राइट, तो ये सारी चीजें जो हम लोग करंट अफेयर में देखते रहते हैं डिटेल में, विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू कंटेक्स्ट यू कैन रीड दैट देयर इज अ एनुअल फेस्टिवल गोइंग ऑन द बैंक ऑफ रिवर वैगई. ठीक है, तो ये याद रख लेना. देन दिबांग रिवर इज इन न्यूज, which is again tributary of Brahmaputra, right? So Dibang, you can see here it is. ठीक है, Dibang. Now, students, remember, when you will refer to the chapter from India Physical Environment, NCERT जो है ना अपनी ज्योग्राफी के, इंडिया फिजिकल एनवायरमेंट, वहां पे जब आप इंडियन ड्रेनेज सिस्टम वाला जो चैप्टर पढ़ोगे, जहां पे रिवर्स आपने अच्छे से पढ़ना है, उसमें ये ब्रह्मपुत्रा जो है इसके रिलेटेड स्टैटिक जो इंफॉर्मेशन है, दैट इज वेयर एग्जैक्टली इज द सोर्स, फ्रॉम वेयर डज इट गोज, इन विच कंट्रीज गोज, ठीक है, इंडिया में कहाँ पे एंटर करती है, ट्रिब्यूटरीज कौन से, ये सारी चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट जो है वो याद रख लेना. ओके, नाउ हियर इन दिस ज्योग्राफिकल लोकेशन यू कैन सी गैलेथिया बे, which is situated towards the south of Great Nicobar Island. In this image you can see this is the Great Nicobar Island, and this part, this is Galathea Bay. Galathea Bay was in news for multiple times, so I expect a question from this. I want you people to revise this again and again. Fine. Again remember Campbell Bay bhi hai yahan pe, right? Campbell Bay, Galathea Bay, right? It's to the southernmost point in again Great Nicobar Island. Campbell Bay National Park bhi hai Great Nicobar mein. So remember these things, remember these facts. Gumti River, again dam, Dumbar Dam, which is on Gumti River in Tripura. It's in news. Okay, so remember, don't get confused with Gomti. ठीक है, गोमती रिवर इज डिफरेंट. ये वाला नहीं है वो, it's Gumti, Gumti, right? This river is situated in Tripura. This river's entire catchment area is in Tripura. You can see this. This is the map of Tripura, and here is the catchment area. Okay, fine. Then Hindon River. Hindon River. So again, Hindon River is again a part of Yamuna drainage system, Yamuna river basin. Hindon River is tributary of river Yamuna. So it originates in Shivalik ranges. It flows down, as you can see the course, and it's get connected or it joins to Yamuna near the Noida. Fine. So ये कुछ facts and figures है. You should be remembering these. Fine. Then there are a few miscellaneous topics which we should read, like Paradeep Port Authority was in news, and there was a kind of like comparison, or let's say this port authority has achieved a significant milestone and it surpassed Deen Dayal Port, right? So I expect that there can be a question with respect to port. Earlier UPSC has asked question on ports as well. So you can see the list over here. You can see the list of all intermediate as well as major seaports. I want you people to at least go through these important ports. Okay, remember the name and remember the location of these ports. Okay, then Nikitin Seamount, FNSE Nikitin Seamount. It's also called as AN Seamount. Now, what is seamount? Seamount is a geographical structure which is basically present on the oceanic floor, right? It looks like this. This is the ocean floor, and this is the ocean water, right? This seamount is submerged beneath the water, right? So this seamount, FNSC Nikitin Seamount, it was discovered, okay, or let's say it was in news. कहाँ पे है ये situated? It's in Indian Ocean. Now guys, see, Lakshadweep Islands are in news. Now what I want you people is to remember all the important islands particularly present in the Lakshadweep. ये जो यहाँ पे आप image देख रहे हो, the islands which I have highlighted over here, try to recall the name of these islands, try to see the locations of these islands. Okay, in case a question is asked with respect to north-south extent, or let's say east-west extent of these particular islands, then you should be able to know where is the location of these particular island. Okay, now Ashoka Seamount, Chandragupta Ridge, and Kalpatru Ridge. So these three important geographical structures were in news. Now all these geographical structures are present in Indian Ocean. ठीक है, Indian Ocean में है ये. Remember this. ठीक है, Indian Ocean. Ashokan Seamount, Chandragupta Ridge, and Kalpatru Ridge. Fine. You can see the images of these. Yes, students. So before ending this video, I will advise you that how you should revise these particular locations what we have discussed. So see, you don't need to spend some extra hours with respect to the revision of this video. Just do one thing. When you are having your lunch or dinner, ठीक है, तो खाना खाते टाइम 15-20 मिनट ये वीडियो चलाते रहो. Put your earphones on, watch these locations, revise it again and again and again. You don't need to spare some extra hours just for the sake of revising this. ठीक है, खाना खाते टाइम 15-20 मिनट जब भी आपको मौका मिले, start revising. Okay, and one more thing, at least in these many days, like roughly 60 days are remaining for your prelims. Okay, I would advise you giving 15 minutes, not more than that, just 15 minutes on daily basis to revise these geographical locations. That's all. Okay, and I will be also coming up with part 2 in the month of April, in the end week of April. So till that time, I would advise that please keep on revising the geographical locations. and meet you soon then. And all the best, guys. All the best.